What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans once again. Listen, I know a lot of people came here because they were ready for the AFC East roundtable. Forgive me, forgive me, forgive me. It's actually tomorrow night. I'm sorry. It is tomorrow night. So here on this channel, we'll handle it tomorrow night. I believe 7:30 p.m. It's going down. We're gonna get it done. So bear with us on that. But in the meantime, I wanted to come live because I wanted to fill y'all in on everything I've been hearing for the last 48 hours. That's why I put the title of this video. Is Tua Tagovailoa really about to break out this year? Wow. We got to talk about that. I'm gonna give you all the inside scoop and what I'm hearing from different people. That's some boots on the ground and what people have seen so far that are in the know. Um, and without further ado, I guess I'll just dive right in. But if you can hit the like button, please punch that like button. I appreciate that. If you can hit the like button, let your friends and family members know about the channel as well. We continue to do bigger and better things here on the platform TD Fans Talk. If you didn't check out the last stream, it was so amazing. We were blessed with the opportunity to interview Daniel Oifusi, who's the Miami Herald beat writer, who's also boots on the ground in Miami. We got that opportunity. If you haven't seen that stream, make sure you go check that stream out. It's on my channel now. Post it. It is the very last stream that we did. It was an amazing stream, man. We got a lot of good takes from Daniel, so that was pretty cool. It was really dope. Andre said, TD, what happened to the sports network? You should be streaming all these NBA playoff games, man. Open up a new market of followers. Great opportunity. I'm working on it behind the scenes, Andres, with some other people as well, potentially, because it's not a one-man show. I can do it as a one-man show, but it wouldn't get the I gotta work smart, not hard. So that's where I'm at with it right now. So again, it's just a matter of me working out the details on that. But it's there. It is here. It is here to come. But I'm working on some details with some individuals as far as getting it launched the right way instead of being all over the place and giving a half-efforted I would say approach. It's tough. I'll be honest with you. It's not easy. It's not a one-man show with that, but I'm gonna do what I can um sooner rather than later. All right. I told y'all even before in regards to that, I've been waiting for my son to get in school, which will be this August. So, it's been a long journey through the COVID and all of that stuff, having the kids at home. And then we just decided to keep him at home until he can start school. And that happens in August. So once that happens, there's legitimate free time for me to go hard on all the other stuff. But yeah, the NBA finals, I'm probably going to be doing those games for sure anyway, the finals. So just stay tuned and continue to be on me about it, and I appreciate it. All right. Stream the NBA finals TD on the Sports Network channel. I got you. Just like that. I got you. All right. I got you. Anyway, let's talk about what we let's get into what we're here for. Tua Tagovailoa. I think he's one of the biggest factors this season. He's going to be one of the biggest factors, in my opinion, on whether or not we have a true opportunity to make it to the Super Bowl or not. Um, man, it's almost crazy how much is riding on one person for many reasons. Number one, we got a quarterback who has underwhelmed for the first 2 years. Justifiably, there has been factors that definitely didn't help him. And we've eliminated those factors. We also have a kid that can't afford to have a lackluster year this year, because if he does, that may be the end of him for good in Miami. But above all, we have a team that is built to where anyone would argue with great quarterback play can win a Super Bowl. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Miami Dolphins have a team that, if the quarterback plays great football, there is a great chance we'll win the Super Bowl. Nothing's guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed. But there's a great chance that we're in that conversation in February. But then, how big of a task is that? I just had Daniel on the channel in the interview, and the reality is he's right. We don't need Tua to be a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. You don't need him to be a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. With this talent, some would argue you don't need him to be a top 15 quarterback. Is Jimmy Garoppolo a top 15 quarterback? Y'all let me know what you think in the comment section. I put him somewhere in that range, maybe 15. That's what Jimmy G is. And the better your quarterback is, the less you need around them from an overall team standpoint to be great. If you have Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, some of the greater quarterbacks in the league, we would have made the playoffs 2 years in a row, the last 2 years. And I know some people, well, you don't know that. I'm not going to argue. I just personally believe that if you had a great quarterback, we would have made the playoffs in the last 2 years. And I don't say that to dog out whatever reason we didn't make the playoffs, but I say that to show you the greater the quarterback, the less you need around them. So those same trash O-lines and receivers that got hurt, and DBs that were hurt, and linebackers that couldn't do anything that we've had over the last 2 years that people mentioned, was still a playoff team if you had a great quarterback. But when you have a quarterback who's average, you're going to need greatness that surrounds them. Now, it's not to say that great quarterbacks don't need talent around them. Every quarterback has to have a team around them. They need protection. They need weapons. Every quarterback, I don't care how great you are, you need it. But there are levels to this of how much you actually need. And the truth of the matter is, everybody doesn't need the same thing. That's why you have moments of Joe Burrow getting sacked 10 times, has a terrible line, but they could still win the biggest game of his career. That's why you have guys like Justin Herbert on their rookie year with the worst line in the NFL, breaking rookie records. Depending on how great you are determines how much you need around you. And regardless of how great Tua Tagovailoa is, whether he's a great quarterback or an average quarterback, The most optimistic thing that all Miami Dolphin fans should know at this very moment is the simple fact that regardless if you're average or great, you have everything you need around you this year. Because no one has a perfect situation. Not a single team in the NFL has a perfect situation. Every team has some type of weakness or hole or flaw or lack of depth on the roster, within the roster. When you build a roster, it truly doesn't get much better than what we have right now. You're going to presumably have a top 10 defense in the NFL, in which we should be and are capable of. And what the defense does for your quarterback is give him more opportunities and better field position. That's how a great defense benefits a quarterback. A great defense also generate points to take some of the pressure off of the quarterback. And any quarterback in the NFL, if they knew they were going to war this year with this defense, they would check the box acceptable. And when we go to the offensive side of the ball, our wide receiver and tight end unit as a whole, it is a top 10 unit in the NFL. It truly doesn't get much better than what we have as a collective group within the receiving core of the wide receivers and the tight ends. And the reason why I'm using top 10 for defense and the receiving room with the tight ends and the wide receivers, because I don't want to get mixed up in the minutia of arguing and all of that. Just it's top 10. And I know some people would argue top 5, top 3, whatever, but it's top 10. Which means you have the weapons necessary to make the playoffs. You have every threat that you would need. You got a guy that can do some 50-50 work that you drafted. You got guys that are some of the fastest in the league in speed to spread the field. You have guys that can take the top off, that can stretch the field. You have guys that can, from sideline to sideline, run with the best of them. You have guys that can create separation. You have guys that after they catch the ball, they're electric. These are all things that help the quarterback because it allows the quarterback to see more open wide receivers in which they just need to make the quote unquote easy throw. It allows them to be able to get the ball out of their hand quick and allow the playmaker to make a play in which they do make a play to extend drives, giving you yet again more opportunities. And something as simple as a negative 2-yard pass can go for 60 in a touchdown, giving you points when you really didn't have to do anything at all, but deliver a negative yard pass. These are all the things that we have put around our young quarterback. Our run game, some could argue, will be a top 10 unit in the NFL. Collectively as a unit. Yeah, we know a lot of teams have that number one bell cow running back, but after that, that's about it. We have 4, maybe you could argue 5 guys who are capable in our running back room of being the guy. 4 starters. Explosive, strong, agility, speed, all vision, all the things that you want out of a running back. With the coach who knows how to coach the running game, which in return should garner us a top 10 rushing attack, making life yet again easier for the quarterback as long as they can do a proper center exchange and hand the ball off. Taking pressure off the quarterback is something that the Miami Dolphins were responsible and should have been doing since the day we drafted Tua Tagovailoa, and I am here to admit they have failed until now. They have officially gotten it right. And last but not least, the offensive line. Our O-line still isn't perfect, ladies and gentlemen. Our O-line still isn't perfect. But what I will tell you about our O-line, it has the potential to be a top 15 offensive line in the NFL. You have arguably the best left tackle in the game, Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer in Teron Armstead, an anchor that when he is healthy can't be beat. You have Connor Williams on the left side of the line at the guard position, who has always been an excellent player, just has to be more mindful of his discipline in penalties. But as a player, especially in pass protection, he is phenomenal. And then we skip over to the right guard, our young and upcoming star, Robert Hunt, who nobody is complaining about for right reasons, who has held his own and not been a liability on his team, one that can hold his head high and say, I got a job. When many times we've had 4 offensive linemen that's like, oh my gosh, we have 3 now that are anchors in this line. And then we move forward to the center position. It's not a slouch. It's not the best in the game, but at the same token, it's not the concern that we've had at tackle to where it's just embarrassing. And the only area that has a true concern is the right tackle position and what ends up happening there and how well that position performs from whoever occupies it. But as a quarterback, you can't ask for a better situation because no one's perfect on the O-line. Every team, not every team, at least 3 to 4 teams that I know of just have amazing O-lines. But that tells you 28 other teams, in my opinion, don't. They all have some anchors here and there, but this is the norm in the NFL. This is as best as the line is probably going to be for Tua in his career potentially. So I say all of this to say this. We all can acknowledge and recognize that they have failed the young man the last 2 years. But at the same token, there are a lot of responsibilities that he has to take for his own performance, which he has. And that's something that I've always appreciated from him. He will tell the truth about himself while everyone else excuses the truth about him. We have the team. And this is bigger than the quarterback right now. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now witnessing a team that is ready to compete for a Super Bowl. The only thing that I want to say in regards to us being ready to compete for a Super Bowl is that I truly hope that this organization is trying to get one this year. Sometimes an organization can say, we just want to compete. We just want to make the tournament. This is not a time to underestimate the value of this roster that we have put together. And I am begging and urging the Miami Dolphins between now and September, please relentlessly evaluate this team. And let's make sure that some point in August, we look at our roster and we're not operating off of hope. What do I mean when I say that? If your left tackles are struggling, let's not hope that changes in the regular season. Go make a move and get it done. Let's not waste Teron Armstead, Tyreek Hill, Xavier Howard, Byron Jones, Ogba, most of your veterans. Let's not waste another year of their career. Please. If Theater isn't at a level that's acceptable, let's not hope that he is in the regular season. Let's go make a move or go sign someone that can get the job done, and we know they can. You don't get this close to potentially doing something special and start all of a sudden worrying about money in the future. You go get it. Go ask the Rams. Go ask Tampa Bay. Go ask the Eagles when they did it. When you build a roster that's loaded to where you could see it in your sight, you leave no stone unturned. You go get it. And you spare no expense. And that goes for the quarterback position as well. But that's the position where, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, at this point in the game, it is what it is. That's why this year we are going to be reliant on Tua Tagovailoa. We need him to have a breakout season. We need him to be successful. We need him to be consistent. We need him to be great. And I'm trying to eliminate hope out of my vocabulary and have faith that he will, because we need him to. I can't take it anymore. I can't do another year of disappointment. I can't. I cannot do another year of disappointment. I cannot witness this team have this type of talent and not make the playoffs, not do something special. I can't. I cannot witness that. It would be the ultimate embarrassment. Sorry, y'all. Give me a second. You have to go to mommy because you can't come on the camera. Put your clothes on. Let mommy know, okay? Because you can't be on camera. And take the towel back to the restroom. Sorry, the little one running from the bathtub. But yeah. I feel like something's different. I keep wanting to say that this team is going to be successful and that's what's different. But I do feel like something is different. Something is different. People that always believe are starting not to believe just because it's too good to be true. People that never believe are starting to feel something. We finally did it right in the off season. There's something I just can't. It's something about this year. But then it's like, are you right? Is that something greatness? Screw the rest of the league. Is that something greatness? Something's different. And I'm not talking about an individual. I'm not talking about Tua. I'm not talking about McDaniel. It just feels like something different. I'm not talking about Tyreek and Tehran. It just feels like something that's different, but I can't put my hand on it because we've seen it all before. We've done it all before. We've felt this way before, but it's still just something different. And it sucks because we got to keep waiting for football to start. And it's like, hurry up and surprise us or hurry up and disappoint us. Just want to win, man. Just want to win. Just want to win. We want that to happen. They out here working hard and they t-shirts and draws. And we draw energy from that. Just hearing that, our quarterback, who's going to be the biggest driver of success on this team, is actually looking good. We haven't heard that in the last 2 years, but is that going to carry on? Is it going to keep going that way when the pads come on? When people are coming at you, when they're hitting and doing all of that stuff? Are we going to have this? We want it, but are we going to have it? I'm tired, man. I love this team so much that I'm tired. Let my last bit of energy in this be celebration so that it could keep me energized. Tired, man. You know why I'm tired more than anything, man? I think back, I'm 37 years old. I want y'all to think about that. I'm 37 years old. I know that we got all these kid fans. I was a kid fan at 8, 10, 15 years old. But you truly don't understand until you're like 17, 18. You know what I mean? The game, even on the basic level, you really don't, until you're at least 17, right? And for me, that means that at 17 is where I really deem you as somebody who understands what you're cheering for. I'm 20 years in. That means I'm 20 years in. Real 20. You see what I mean? Once you understand this game and you know what you're rooting for, I'm a real 20 years in. I am a true 20 years in. But look at my 20. Look at my 20. Imagine working a career at a job for 20 years before you retire. And your 20 years every single day was like the level of the Dolphins' success in that 20 years. You're talking about a miserable career. You're talking about you hated to get up every single morning because you were disappointed. Miserable 20 years. Insanity said that 20 feel like a prison sentence. Yes. Yes. Mm. And I don't want to make this a fight or a negative thing, but I gotta say this. That's why I don't appreciate a lot of these new people that came in the last 2 years. That's why I don't appreciate them opening their mouth thinking they know what we've been through. That's why. Because they ain't been through what we've been through. They ain't been through what we've been through. And if they've been through what we've been through, they would understand where we coming from. Why, for most of us, there ain't no such thing as blind loyalty and support anymore. Some of us that know that blind loyalty and support don't get you nowhere but having disappointment at the end of the day. And then you start to realize you choose to be disappointed. You choose to blindly and loyally just support any and everybody, even if there's no intangible evidence that you should. You choose it. And now people coming in telling us we ain't real fans because we don't want to choose that no anymore. Let's get something straight, ladies and gentlemen. The NFL is a product. It is a business, a pure product of entertainment. Therefore, they owe us as the viewer. Every region owes their viewers. The Miami Dolphins ain't nothing but a region. The Miami Dolphins ain't nothing but a department to the overall NFL. The Miami Dolphins department, the Baltimore department, because it is a large corporation. And they owe us fans down here in Miami success. But why would they ever have urgency of giving it if we continue to buy the product without getting what we pay for? That's why a team can go 50 years and not win a Super Bowl. That's exactly why a team can go 50 years without winning a Super Bowl. Because they've gotten so cocky to the point that whatever they put on the field, we're still going to pay. That's the only thing I wish our fan base did is held this organization accountable. But there's no unity. But that's the name of the game. That's how it works. It is what it is. It really ain't no changing it at this point. All the little, marches and different things that you can want to put together to try to bring unity, it wouldn't work. It is what it is, especially with the recent infiltration. It just is what it is. But that's why I promise y'all I always keep it 100 and continue to tell you that it is what it is and tell you what it is and not bend that for anybody. They owe us. If we don't do it now, when can we ever? If we can't do it now, when can we? All right, man. It is what it is. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, man. Again, I want y'all to go check out the last stream with Daniel. That was a really good interview that we just had. Also, I have something very special coming y'all way. I think y'all are really, really, really gonna love it. I have something really special. I started a new series. Um, it's like I want to play the first episode right now, but I want to get about 5 episodes done before I release the first one. And I'm gonna try to drop one like every 2 to 3 days. What's gonna happen? I'm probably gonna drop it to the members first, and then after about 2 days of the members having it, I'll drop it to everyone else, and I'll keep a rotation going that way. But I'm doing something new on the channel, um, something fun, content that's also fun. It's fun, and hopefully y'all enjoy it. Hopefully y'all like it. Hopefully it makes you laugh, and you enjoy it, the entertainment. So hopefully within the next week I'll be dropping the first one, and then like I said, every 2 to 3 days I'll drop one and just keep it going. All right. So we shall see. When's the round table? The round table is tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. The AFC East round table. You on Reasons Roundtable tonight, TD? Yes, sir. I believe I'll be checking in around 9:15. I'm gonna stop by for about an hour around 9:15 and chop it up with the fellas. So yes, as a Heat and Dolphins fan, we might do something special. I don't know. We'll see. Then going back to trying becoming another conversation, trying to segue. Seriously, it's 2022. Grow up, but I don't know who Joe's Juicy J talking to. I don't know who he's going at. New show, all right. Now, I wouldn't say a new show. This show is this show. TD Fans Talk, content, news, all of that is going to always be here. But it's should I call it a series? A continuous, ongoing, non-stopping series? It'll be you'll see what I'm talking about. And I think hopefully y'all will enjoy it. Um Hopefully y'all will enjoy it. Y'all make me want to play the first one because I already got the first episode done. I'm in the middle of editing the second one. It makes me want to drop the first one right now, give y'all a little exclusive. Um, but I'm a wait. I'm a wait because again, I don't want to drop it now, and the next one's not ready for like 5 days because I'm so busy. I want to be able to at least have like 5 of them queued up, so when I drop the first one, I could be working on the sixth one and not be crazy in a rush. I want to be ahead, so I'll put it like that. Tua has to make his reads, put some juice on the ball and perfect play action with this run game. Maybe he can do it. And if he does, that'll be amazing. Finsanity say I need the footage. I might send it to you tonight, Finsanity. Show you what I'm working on. That way you can tell me what your thoughts are. Um, Slow drip the new content. I'm telling you, if I release it now, it's gonna throw it all out of whack because I want to have multiple lined up. Because I don't want to, you see the first one, be like, all right, I want to see the next one. Like, well, I gotta wait. It's gonna lose this theme from the first one. So is there any old lineman coming to Miami? We don't know. Time will tell. We got to see what they think. That's the last thing I need, and I'll get hyped for the year. Yeah. Um, Show a little. A little. I can't. See, y'all almost had me debating it, like drop the first one. Like, no, man, I gotta do this right. I gotta do it right. Um, no, it's not a trailer. I can't drop the trailer because um Alvin said, you know you want to. I actually do. I want to, but I gotta do it right, man. You know, I gotta have the next one lined up, ready to go the next day. Told y'all we weren't gonna make a big O line splash. Well, time it ain't over. Time will tell. We still got time. Nah, don't show it. Yeah, I appreciate it, J Rose. That's right, Alex. Heat in 5. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Um, let's see. We'll see. Trailer for what, TD? Just something I'm working on. Nah, I need the exclusive premiere. LOL. New music. No, it's not new music. I'm always working on music. I got some new music. But I ain't dropping that yet. You know, I got new music, but I ain't dropping that yet. But we'll get there. New music pretty fire too. TD, stop sleeping on the Heat, man. Listen, I told y'all, whoever win this series, that is going to be my team for the rest of my life. Whoever wins this series will be my favorite NBA team for the rest of my life because I never really had a solidified NBA team. I root for players, and my favorite players, when they went to a team, I was a fan of that team at the moment. But this will be the first time I settle down because I'm a huge Rajon Rondo fan. But it looked like he out here playing with guns, so his days in the NBA might just about be over. So it's finally time for TD to settle down. So I made a promise, and it ain't a bad deal either way. Either team, whichever team wins this series, that will be my favorite team going forward, and I will root for no one but that team, and that will be the team that I represent. Period. Period. If the Heat win this series, can you feel the heat down in your soul? It's the Heat all day. If the Celtics win this series, Beantown it is. It is what it is. So, um, that's where I'm at. Nah, TD, you got to be a Heat fan. I got to be with it. Whoever win this series, I hear a TD Heat talk coming. Maybe, Carla. Maybe. Whoever win this series, that is my forever team. TD, I thought you was a Lakers fan. No, Rondo was on the Lakers, so I like the Lakers. I just told y'all I was a player fan. This all started when I grew up as a little boy sitting in the living room watching my daddy go like this in the playoffs every year. And as a little boy getting conditioning, watching his father sulk about something, tells the little boy that ain't for you. And it was the Heat getting beat by the New York Knicks every single year in the first or second round. The Trail Sprewell, Allen Houston days, John Stark, Patrick Ewing, all of that. It was those days. Okay? So I became an Allen Houston and Latrell Sprewell fan. Houston shortly retired after that. Sprewell went to Minnesota. I became a Minnesota fan because of Sprewell. They went to the Western Conference Finals and lost. Sprewell wanted more money. They said kick rocks. He was gone, and I became a KG fan because I love what he did during that time with him and Sam Cassell and Sprewell. And KG got traded to Boston. I was a Boston fan for KG's era, and that's whenever I discovered Rajon Rondo, and I became a Rondo fan. Rondo went to Dallas and threw up a middle finger to the coach. got an 8-second backcourt violation intentionally, and then he got traded to where he went after that. Then he got traded to Sacramento. And people didn't realize, I think he led the league for 2 years straight in Sacramento in assists, but he was in Sacramento. They only get one primetime game a year. Everybody thought he wasn't even in the league anymore. And he was the main reason Big Boogie Cousins became so great, because he had Rondo giving him them dimes. And then he moved over to New Orleans, and they were a beast of a team. That team should have won a championship if Boogie didn't get hurt. Drew Holiday, Rondo, AD, Boogie, and that supporting cast was legit too. And then from there, he went to Chicago, somewhere in there. He was balling this shit. No, he had an issue in Chicago with the coach. He cursed the coach out. They benched him in the middle of the season. And a week before the playoffs, they had a big falling out where Rondo said, if you just let me lead this team, we'll win. D-Wade, Jimmy Butler, and Rondo went in the office with the owner and the coach, and they worked it out. The very next day, Rondo was starting. They went in the playoffs, and against the number 1 seed, they looked like they were about to sweep them until Rondo got hurt. And Jimmy Butler and Dwayne Wade couldn't do it on their own. They were 2-0 versus, I forgot who they were playing. It was the top team in the East, but the Bulls were killing them. Then from there, he got traded to, I don't know, he went somewhere else. And then, no, that happened before he went to New Orleans. Then from New Orleans, he went to LA, won a championship, was one of the big reasons why they won a championship, by the way. And then from there, he ended up and with the Hawks. That was just to go get $7 million. Then he went to the Clippers. Ty Lue didn't even play him in the playoffs. Idiot. Then he went back. Where did he go from there? He went to where he is now. Yeah, he went over to no, it was the Lakers again. Then he went right back to then he got traded to Atlanta. And if their big men weren't hurt, if they had both of their big men for the last stretch of the season, they might still be in the playoffs, I believe. But there you have it. And now he out here pulling guns on his girlfriend, so he probably gonna be out of the league, which he had a promising coaching career opportunity after this. So I don't know if that'll work out with all this drama. So now I gotta find me a team, because along the way there was never a player that I said, that's my player now. There wasn't anyone. So now I'm homeless. So whoever win this series, that's officially my team. And now I'm not going to follow players anymore. I'm going to follow organization for the first time in the NBA. So we'll see. Will I be a Celtics fan or will I be a Heat fan? When I become a fan, I'm die hard. I'm all into it. And I already know all there is to know about the Heat, the contracts, everything. I mean, I know everything. That's why I just feel like they ain't a championship team. They're a team that can keep on making deep runs, but they just ain't going to win no championship like this. You need a legitimate, bona fide 1A star. Jimmy Butler is a 1B star. He is a 1B star. Jimmy Butler is not on Steph Curry's level. Steph Curry's 1A. Jimmy Butler's 1B. He still won, so that's a positive. He still won. Giannis Antetokounmpo, 1A. Jimmy's a 1B. You get my drill? Those type of guys, man. And the only strength of Jimmy, the reason why he ain't a B player, is because of his defense. So, yeah, he can have nights where he go off, make some shots and X, Y, and Z. But I'm sorry. He ain't no 1A player. And until the Heat get a 1A player, I don't see it. Or at least get 2 1B players. At least get 2 1B players. Y'all got a 1A player, two 2A players. Like Bam is a 2A. Tyler Hero, 2B. And all them other guys, in that range or between a C and all of that. But that's the problem with the Heat. You don't have a 1A. And if you ain't going to have a 1A, at least get two 1Bs. Everybody keep trying to make Bam fit 1B. But the truth of the matter is Bam is not a 1B player. He's a good player, though. He's a really good player, but he ain't even a 1B. He's not a 1. That's the point. So it is what it is. And that's why I feel like they can't win a championship. Because your 1B player, the problem with only having one 1B player, eventually they get tired. Even if the Heat keep winning, Jimmy Butler's going to burn out just like he did in the bubble. Y'all saw it. By game 3, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. By game 3, Jimmy looked like he didn't even want to stand. You could tell. Everything he did at that point was weak. Not because he weak, but he had already did so much to even help get the team there. And his buckets don't come easy. His buckets doesn't come easy. He got to fight and take a lot of contact in the paint to get to the foul line. He got to hit all those turnarounds that he does a good job with, but that's a lot of energy. He ain't like Steph playing around just jacking it up. Bam. That's 1A. 1A getting theirs with ease. Jimmy Butler is a workhorse. He working hard for his. That's the difference between a 1A and a 1B. A 1B gets it, but they got to work so hard for it. A 1A, they make it easy. They get theirs easily. That's why you ain't going to stop them. You just try to contain them and make the other guys beat you. That's the difference. And I ain't no Heat hater, even though people would always call me one. I ain't no Heat hater. I just always called it what it was. Always called it what it was. TD, you a Celtics fan? We going to find out after this series. Wait till we get Embiid. You get Embiid, it's a wrap. You can go win 3 titles if you can keep all that other stuff around you. Except Bam. You don't need Bam. You get Embiid, you're going to win title after title. And let me tell y'all something, Heat fans. See, y'all got me talking Heat now. Let me tell y'all something. You make a good point, whoever said Embiid. With what's going on over there in Philly, this is the proper time to overpay for him. Yes, I said overpay. Keep Jimmy buckets. If I were you, I would go get Embiid and I would trade Bam and Tyler Hero and some picks for it. Because I'm going to tell you now, Tyler Hero is going to shoot y'all out the playoffs. Even if you make it past this round, you ain't beating Golden State. And Tyler Hero, watch. He going to shoot you out the playoffs. Let me tell y'all something about guys like Tyler Hero. In the biggest moments on the biggest stage, because you've seen him the last few years in the biggest moment. All these regular season amazing plays, but as soon as he get to the third round or further in the playoffs, disappear. Because when you get to them real tough, gritty games and you missing shots, you don't have the veteran wisdom to, you know how, and all y'all Heat fans know it's true what I'm about to say. Tyler Hero's just going to keep shooting because he's a shooter and eventually it'll fall. In the freaking playoffs on the biggest stage, you can't have that mentality. Not unless you're a 1A player. You got to be wise to say, I could jack this 3 up, but I also got the empty lane here. He ain't there yet, like from a mental standpoint, to where his decision making. He's just gonna keep doing what he normally do in the flow of the game versus thinking the game. He gonna do what he did all regular season, and a team is gonna game plan to that. And I'm telling y'all, he gonna shoot you out of the playoffs. T-Rich say he's still young. I agree, he's still young, but that's the point. Don't act like because a player's still young that automatically means he's going to figure it out one day. Don't act like that. Right now, you got a prime opportunity. You go get Joel Embiid and you send Bam over there so that they'd have a young guy that they could develop, because that whole thing ain't working no more. They know they need to get rid of that situation because ain't nobody going to trade for no freaking James Harden. If he's still under contract, I got to look at that situation. Only person that, if he under contract, only person they could trade for him right now is Russell Westbrook. And look what they're dealing with. Either way, they need to, what's in their best interest is go ahead, build a young core. But of course, they ain't going to want to get rid of Embiid. But if they smart, if the Heat is smart, I'd overpay for Embiid. Keep Butler, have Joel Embiid. Your defense is on point. That's all the freaking offense you need. You're going to have little shooters here and there that want to come. You're going to have your PJ Tuckers and all that still on the roster potentially. That is all you need. Jimmy Butler and Joel Embiid. What? Telling y'all. Lakers need to trade AD for Embiid. You better beat the Lakers to it, because that might even happen. Who beating the Heat 4 times? Please tell. The Celtics and or the freaking Golden State Warriors. Nobody in this league gonna beat Golden State. They about to get another chip. Let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen. Golden State finna get another chip. Stop lying to yourself. I don't care who come out the East. Golden State finna get another chip. Let's be honest, man. Let's be honest. What is it? Hold on, y'all. But yeah, man. Let me see. Anyway, TD, if it was the Dolphins, you would have said we might have a chance. Nah, no, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. I mean, I'm gonna call it what it is. If you got that team, you ain't finna beat that team this year. You're not finna beat that team this year. You are not finna beat Golden State this year. And this is without a back to form Klay Thompson. He still ain't where he need to be at. And I'm telling you, he about to show up eventually. You'll see. Man, he would destroy Golden State. All right. To each his own. It is what it is. We ain't got to debate about it. We do not have to debate about it. TD, how you think Tua will do on the LPGA tour? I don't know. Let's win the Super Bowl first, then he can do however he want to. Celtics in 6. Ain't nobody beating us this year. You wrong, TD. This ain't the Fins. Let me tell you something, little Mike. First of all, what I saw from the Heat the other night was embarrassing. That was embarrassing. Jason Tatum and Al Horford not even on the court. That was embarrassing. Luckily, they lucked out and got the win. And that's because of a stretch in the third quarter where y'all went 20 on a 20-2 run because the backups kept turning it over. You think that's supposed to work against Golden State? But hey, I will say this. The Heat has one thing in their favor. Every championship team, whether it's the NBA or NFL, you got to have some level of luck too. That ain't even a knock. That's just reality. Everybody got to have some level of luck as well to win it all. You already escaped Joel Embiid for 2 games. Lucky y'all. That series would have definitely, at a minimum, went 7 had he played the first 2 games. And now you're dealing with a situation where you ain't even got the Celtics. And is he going to win Defensive Player of the Year? Is Marcus Smart going to win Defensive Player of the Year? Are they talking about him potentially winning it? Y'all let me know. Maybe I'm tripping, but that's what I was hearing. I could be wrong. Is he mentioned? He already did? Oh, okay. There you have it. He won Defensive Player of the Year? He did? Wow. The Defensive Player of the Year ain't on the court. Come on. Al Horford ain't on the court. That was embarrassing. The Heat did not have a good game. Jimmy Butler went off late, and really that was just him getting to the free throw line. You got to get a Heat credit for coming back from that slow start and always being in it and getting the W, because a win is a win. But it ain't nothing to sit here and write home and feel like, oh, this is an easy series or we about to win this. You better hope Smart and Horford keep not being able to play. You better hope that's the case. There was a stretch in the game. Y'all had 3 steals back to back to back from the little backup. Jimmy and everybody ripping the little backup. A 10-point swing in less than 30 seconds at one point of the game from the little backup. You think Marcus Smart would have had that? You know how many more turnovers the Heat would have had if Marcus Smart was playing? Y'all better hope them guys still ain't going to be able to play. I don't know their status. Are they playing the next game? Are they playing the next game? We was ripping Tatum too. Let me tell you what the Celtics got stuck in. They got stuck in not being able to run their normal system. They got stuck not being able to run their normal system. That's why it was a lot more isolation with Tatum and Brown getting in the lane one-on-one. That ain't what they trying to do. You know, with Smart and Horford in the game, you know they got a system that they keep on running. That's why all those steals kept happening and all those block shots and stuff kept happening, because they were not able to run their system. They became a one-on-one team after a while. You saw those wing on the wing where you would give it to the backup guy with dreads. He played a good first half, by the way, but the defender would just come steal it. That's Horford. That ain't happening. That ain't happening in the real game. Stuff that this young kid ain't aware of. He catching the ball in the wing to set up the play, and Tyler Hero just comes stealing, and he like, oh. No, Horford knows what's back shoulder to him and to turn with the ball up. All that little stuff. That's the youth. So I ain't gonna lie. I want to see great games. I want to see the Heat win this series with the Celtics at full strength, because it would truly say something. But that ain't the Heat fault. What are they supposed to do? They just got to go out and do their job and win the game. So I'm not blaming the Heat, but at the same token, shame on them for even performing that way with the lack of. Should have definitely been a better showing than that. We didn't have a Lowry, and that's to y'all benefit. Trust me. At this point in Lowry's career, he ain't benefiting y'all. He ain't going to benefit y'all. Y'all going to be mad if Lowry play. Is Lowry coming back? Is Lowry going to be coming back in these playoffs? Yes or no in the comment section. Is Lowry going to be coming back? Let me know in the comment section. Yeah? Watch you regret it. Watch you regret it. I'm telling you. Oh, somebody said no, he most likely isn't. I'm telling you, you're going to regret it if you do. I promise you. I promise you, promise you, promise you. Anyway, man, I got engagement that I promised to be at, so I got to get up out of here. I'll be on Finside the NFL in like 1 minute. I'm a member of that panel tonight, so I'll see y'all later. This is TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll chop it up some more later. Peace. I am out.